Genomics is the branch of molecular biology that is concerned with the structure, function, evolution, and mapping of genomes. One of the four medical applications of genomics is genetic therapies that are used to manipulate the genetic structure of a disease to treat or prevent it. A real life example would be that of someone with a brain tumor who has rapidly dividing cancer cells in their brain. They can use genetic therapies as a means of which to replace a mutated gene with a healthy gene so that it can help fight cancer cells. Genetic therapies help target tumor tissues and provide a patient with enough help to fight the brain tumor. The healthy gene then starts to fight that brain tumor in order to get rid of it and treat it after enough time to see that a patient's health has drastically improved. These types of treatments are only really used for diseases that have no other cures at that moment, and they seem to have promising results if more research is put towards it. Non-maleficence can be seen here as uh, as future healthcare providers, as me being a future healthcare provider, or a registered nurse, will be seen doing no harm, no physical harm using genetic therapies, uh, and also not simply avoiding the patient's medical condition through negligence that would lead a patient to developing a worse condition. Beneficence then can be seen in the nurses only seeing the benefit in treating the patient, which could mean holding his or her hand for comfort or just being there for the patient as he or she goes through this difficult time in their life. Autonomy then can be seen in the patient deciding whether or not they want this kind of treatment with genetic therapy, making sure that the patient is fully competent and their quality of life concerns are documented. Justice can then be seen in offering patients who have equal treatments and resources as well from the medical staff, so that there is a sense of equity and fairness in the treatment. Ethical challenges that can be posed by genetic therapies are avoiding conflicts of interest, balancing profit with serving patients and providing charity care, wrestling with equal treatments versus other VIP care, providing care decisions for the incompetents, and addressing the moral distress of nurses providing care with minimal benefit. Avoiding conflicts of interest can be seen here as nurses find a specific medical device manufacturer for making genetic therapies for treating people with brain tumors, and using them because they offered those nurses free meal presentations or pens, and those medical manufacturers gave them incentives to pick them because of that, and not based on like the quality of the machinery or medicine. There's also balancing profit with serving patients and providing charity care. It can be seen here as healthcare companies and organizations decide whether or not they want to have genetic therapies or the healthy genes for people, and if it is worth putting the time and resources into it, since the healthcare industry is so big with very little resources. There's also wrestling with equal treatments versus VIP care. Can be seen here as we want to provide our patients with brain tumors with an equal amount of care through genetic therapy as anyone else would if they had a brain tumor. Um, Managing care decisions for the incompetents can also be seen as knowing if a patient wants to go through with the genetic therapy, if the patient is fully aware of what will happen when they go through it, and that they make a sound decision when they go through this medical decision process. Addressing the moral distress of nurses and providing care with minimal benefit can be seen through nurses seeing how the patients with brain tumors might have a minimal quality of life through the genetic therapy treating them, and how providing that care might feel like nothing since it seems that the patients aren't improving at a certain point, and addressing how that quality might landslide after a while. And I think that all these ethical challenges provides a way for healthcare to improve, since it brings them to light, and it provides future healthcare workers like us to attempt to work through those challenges that are present.